Save these for the trail.
Looting all this stuff.
Must be some strange horror practice, riding machines around like that.
Now we're gonna go find Nil and see what creepy fucking... Oh, that's a big boy. We're gonna talk to Nil, but we're gonna avoid that big boy. It is. It really is. Oh God.
Remember how the blood pounded in your ears? They'll ring later, in the calm. It's a call to arms, from your inner desires.
Or a cry for help.
I wouldn't fight it.
I can tell. So you used to be a soldier. You fought for the Carja?
For them, against them. An empire always finds its wars. You can't be picky. The new king of Avad saw things differently. Called an investigation into war crimes. Aren't all wars a crime to someone? Still, I raised my hand and volunteered.
You volunteered to investigate?
No, I volunteered my confession. No sense wasting time with an investigation. I was sent to Sunstone Rock for 2 years. The trade was fair.
What were these things you did, Nil?
Acceptable things, under the circumstances.
Acceptable to who?
I don't make decisions. Let's just say the rules of engagement suited me. But rules are important. A structure. Cage. Otherwise, you know of those places, lonely places where people once were? Now just a hole cut in the world. Chances are, I was there before.
They sent you to a rock for 2 years? Is this some kind of Carja ritual?
No, Sunstone Rock is a prison, south of Meridian, south of the Rain Gatherers. Our new Sun King is a believer in rehabilitation, as am I. In the heat of a stone cell, in the dark, I learned to focus on what was truly important to me.
He's got like murder surfer dude vibe.
Have you found a new partner yet?
I thought we were partners.
I have my own roads to follow, Nil.
And they seem to lead back to bandits. That works for me. I'm not suggesting a Carja wedding. I'm never lonely where there's killing to be done.
Time to
Okay.
move on.
A brief encounter for us, but the end for them. They were squalid lives anyway.
That fucking guy. Ugh, that fucking guy. You'd almost say you got nil. I do not want to play with you, big boy. I do not want to play with you. I'm going to walk down here, far away from you. See that spire? Meridian's out there. But we are gonna go see if Zaid is as full of shit as everything that he was saying seemed to indicate that he was. What's this? Tormented giveaway. Today's giveaway is sure to please all die-hard tormentors. Passcodes to Sneak Peek Tormented 666 free of charge. Experience the latest installment of Jonah 1's seminal Splatter Hollow franchise right alongside our review staff. Rumor is 666 pours the gore, so grab one of 66 free passes by screaming, "I wanna get splattered" to SplatSend.hollow and Data Corrupted. I should be a voice actor. I'm good at this. I was being entirely sarcastic.
Never know when I might need these.
I have two ranges, soft and introspective, and completely over the top. Get my shit together. They're actually pretty straightforward to take down. They're just really fast. You have a general goal with them is actually to blow up their freeze tank.
This storm's gonna back down before I do. This must be Lonesome Rock. If it's a trap, I might need to go in quiet.
Let's put on our sneaky clothes.
Seems like an ordinary outpost. I'd better look around.
So, I'm bored with being bored. I'm bored with you talking about being bored. I'm bored with you complaining about me being bored. I wasn't complaining about you being bored. I was complaining about your complaining. Well, now I'm complaining about your complaining.
If you two don't shut up, I'm gonna complain to Zaid, and then things will get ugly.
Fellas?
Hold, Outlander! What are you doing here?
What do you think? I think we're...
Prefect Zaid told me that bandits abducted a girl near here. Do you know where they might have taken her?
Zaid told you that, did he? Huh. No bandits around here, girl. But I think I can help you find your friend. The boss sent us a fresh one, boys. Wrap her up and tie her down.
Oh, fuck this.
that Zaid's hiding out here.
Whew. Yeah, one of those guys got a serious hit on me.
There are chains in the cart. Not just chains, manacles. They were moving prisoners somewhere. We're done soon enough. The tracks lead to that compound. Maybe Nakoa's inside.
Yeah, it's too bad that there don't appear to be cell phones, because I would totally call Nil up and be like, hey buddy, how do you feel about some murder? I know. Normally you're the one making the invitation, but I figured this time I would come to you.
That Nora girl we got in the hole is nice and lean.
Don't get ideas. Zaid says hands off or he'll let her price it out.
Sounds like Nakoa's here. And I'm gonna have to cut through these guards to get to her.
Gross.
Someone here? Is something out there? Here! It's her! Almost had it! Losing blood! For the shadow!
Where's the shadow?
Get down! Get back in there and fight! Bleed!
Prisoners. Chained up to be sold as slaves. Nakoa? Jan sent me. Look, we can talk more once we get everyone out of this pit.
Jan sent you? I don't believe it. Well, I guess one of his prayers finally worked. You'll need a key to get us out. One of Zaid's men should have it.
All right. I'll be right back. This will be useful later.
You're back.
I've got the key.
I'll help the others. Let's go.
Talk to Nakoa. She'll know what to do.
I knew you were going to be trouble, girl. But you'll make it worth our while in the end.
The end is now, Zaid. For you and your men.
Guide this through the whole... I'll survive! Something broke! And my cards of blood.
You gave him a quicker death than he deserved.
My father was a hunter. He taught me every animal deserves a clean kill.
How did Zaid come to run a ring of slavers?
All the scum you just killed, they butchered for Zaid during the Red Raids. The new Sun King kicked them out of the army, but Zaid managed to lie his way out of trouble, then saw a new way to make a shard, putting his grunts to work here.
How did Zaid capture you?
I tried to get him at Day Tower, but he caught me, then let me go so he could have his men grab me later.
And after?
Said he was going to sell me into slavery like the other poor bastards that came through here week to week. But he took his time, kicked me around whenever he stopped by. Guess me trying to kill him hurt his pride.
What are you going to do now?
The others were in that cellar for months. The more run down they got, the harder it was for Zaid to sell them. They need food, rest, and hope. I'll take them to Meridian and tend to them.
You've been through a lot.
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Zaid's dead. I was ready to go through anything to make that happen. And I did.
You're not even going to try to go back? What about Jan?
The matriarchs won't let me back. Even if they would, I wouldn't go. They can burn for all I care. As for Jan, I know a way to get word to him. I'll miss that runt. But at least he'll know I'm safe.
Time for me to go.
Look, I don't even know your story. It must be a good one if they gave you the mark of a seeker. If you ever feel like telling it, look me up in Meridian. I'll be there until the others get back up on their feet. Until then, thank you for helping me cut this rot from the world. I don't know. Maybe now I can put Zaid behind me and remember my father as I should.
Yeah, it was a good end point to that one.
Might need this.
And now we can get headed back down the road to Meridian. It looks like there's a vantage on the way. Yeah.
To me. Turkey.
Biggie.
Nutritious.
I don't think so. There might have been a goose, though.
Should be out there fighting machines, not pacing around here.
This'll last.
There's a thunderjaw in the south that can destroy a village, then disappear into the hills.
Let's go get this vantage.
Machine rider.
Apaka Shitstorm Tour, Day 9. I was setting up my tent right here when Moed's call came through. I came as fast as I could, but you'd already slipped into a coma. We never got a chance to say goodbye.
Hi, Ma. My plan was to go camping here after the Amos 15 launched. I'd been working overtime for the past 9 months, so I was pretty frazzled and figured I should take a weekend to relax before a crunch started up again. I was setting up my tent when Wyatt's call came through. He said it was an emergency. I called the Lifspen Vert and made it to Denver General in less than 27 minutes. I was too late. He'd already slipped into a coma. I didn't understand how that could be, but when I told Wyatt to explain, he just kept choking up, waving me towards the care station. So it was a holodoc that broke the news, how you'd been diagnosed a year earlier. The adverse reactions to gene therapy on polymer vascular replacements, the 6 months of mobile dialysis. I couldn't believe you'd kept it all secret from me. Even at the height of the crunch, I called you once or twice a week. So you just sat there, listened to me enthuse about my latest project or complain about workplace politics, and all the while you were dying? It didn't make sense. I marched back to Wyatt, cornered him, and demanded that he explain. He said that you hadn't wanted to distract me, that I was doing important work and needed to focus. You know, as though the latest Amos launch and the palladium and rhodium it'd bring back to Earth mattered more than the Ma who was already here. Wyatt kept saying how proud you were of me. He even parroted that onwards and upwards phrase of yours. He said I should get back to work, and that that's what you would have wanted, that he'd stay at the hospital and keep me informed. I didn't go back to work. I called in. It took arguing my way past 2 supervisors, a labyrinthine automated HR menu, a human resources AI, and an anal defensive benefits executive to activate my personal leave, but I did it. And then I sat at your bedside for the next 7 days. I kept thinking of the hospital after my OD at the amphitheater, kept thinking that if you came out of the coma, I wanted my face to be the first thing you saw. On the 8th day, they pronounced you dead. After the funeral, I went back to work, but I wasn't really there. I kept telling myself to focus, that it was okay to be there. It was what you would have wanted, after all. Onwards and upwards. But my work fell behind. When my supervisor called me in for an emergency review, I told myself to play it cool, accept the criticism, and promise to do better. It didn't go like that. I snapped and shouted at him, and then broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. 2 minutes and 3 sec drones later, and I was standing outside the Faro building, blinking in the sunshine, straightening my bunched-up clothes. An alert on my focus indicated that I should go home for the day, then report for disciplinary review on Monday. But I didn't go home. Another idea had risen up in my mind, already fully formed. I guess I'd already been thinking of doing it for a while. I took a Lifspen to Pioneer Park. 10 minutes of asking around and a truth test to show I wasn't a cop was all it took to make a connection. I went home with the drugs, started using, and didn't stop. Duster, snake, skydive, overcast, no razor wing at least. I didn't take calls. I didn't show up for the disciplinary review on Monday morning. A friend stopped by and hammered the rear until I opened it. When he saw what was happening, he staged a one-man intervention. I agreed to go into treatment, but I didn't harbor any illusions. Use of personal leave was bad, but use of psych/substance abuse leave? Career suicide. Sure, they couldn't legally fire me for it, but I'd been around fast long enough to know they'd find a way. My career was over. I thought I was at a rock bottom, but I was wrong, of course. I still had a long way to fall.
Easier when I was a kid.
Meridian? Then?
I'm sorry for the wait, but all goods entering the city are subject to search.
This is outrageous. We're loyal citizens. How long do we have to wait? What am I supposed to do? Just sit here and let everything spoil?
The city guard the other day.
I thought Meridian was open to all Carja.
What happened to Ursa has nothing to do with us.
What's going on here? Owen's in there, somewhere. And so's Erend, that other Outlander I talked to the night before the proving. Erend said he'd introduce me to his sister if I visited Meridian. Said she was captain of the Vanguard.
Trusting our king to appease the sun and remove corruption from the land. Some Osran girl applied to the city guard the other day. The city's locked down on account of his murder.
Through, Outlander.
It's always the merchants who suffer.
This doesn't sound good.
Halt! Stop right there. In light of the recent attack, no stranger passes into Meridian without submitting to search.
Recent attack? What are you talking about?
The murder of Captain Ursa and her vanguards, of course. Ambushed by Shadow Carja forces in Redridge Pass.
Ursa? You mean Erend's sister is dead?
How would you know his name?
I know Erend. Summon him. I need to speak to him.
Ha! I doubt that Erend, the new captain of the Vanguard, a man in grief, is going to waste his time on a grimy outlander.
Aloy! Hey, you're alive! I thought you were dead. Make way, make way!
All the way to Meridian just to see me?
Have you been drinking?
Ah, not really. A little. So, you're alive. We should celebrate. The drink's on me.
We need to talk, alone, and you need to pull it together.
Over there.
So you approve?
Of course I approve. From now on, she may come and go from this city as she pleases.
As you wish, sir.
There. Alone as you asked. And what did you want to tell me?
I heard what happened to Ursa. I'm sorry. I know she was special to you.
Special to me? Special to everyone. She always knew what to do. She bossed everyone around. She kept me in line. Now I'm supposed to fill her shoes. And instead, here I am, stumbling around in them.
It'll get easier. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. I lost someone too. I always have a hard time with the I lost someone too because you don't want to make it about your own grief. But it's also nice to empathize.
Give yourself some time. You'll find your footing.
Not at the rate I've been drinking.
And what would your sister have said about that?
I know, you're right. I should expect more of myself. She always did.
Well, at least Aloy ended up phrasing it more politely than it'll get easier.
A lot has happened since we last spoke. The Proving was attacked by a group of killers. Not many of us survived.
We were in the village when we heard explosions up on the mountain. Some of your braves came back, said most of the contestants were dead. I've never heard such a wail of grief as the sound that rose up from your people. How did you survive?
How I survived is less important than how I was targeted.
Targeted? What do you mean?
The killers came for me because of Olin.
What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense.
I need to find Olin. I need to know what he knows.
But he's a friend.
No, he's a traitor. I don't know who the killers are or what they want, but I do know that Olin is working with them.
But, I mean, this...
I don't need you to understand, Erend. I just need you to take me to him.
He's not here. He went scrounging for scrap and relics days ago. It could be anywhere.
Are there any places he frequents, places he returns to?
A house. Here in Meridian.
Okay, then take me there. I need to search it.
I guess. As long as I'm there to witness the search.
I need to see Olin's place. Now.
Okay. Come on.
So many people here, all talking at once. How does anyone think?
I don't. I just drink.
That girl. Is she...
Apparently they're letting anyone into the city these days.
Vengeance for Ursa! How long will Avad hide in his palace? To lay siege blood for blood. Vengeance for Ursa. How long will Avad hide in his palace? Year after year, why does he spare those who enslaved and tortured and butchered? Erend, you should want vengeance more than anyone. Your own sister, murdered, and her death, unavenged?
One more word, you scorched out slag, and I'll throw you in jail myself! Now get out of here, or I'll give you all a kick in the ass!
What did he mean about Ursa's murder?
Not now.
Aloy's like, side quest? Side quest? I'm good at those.
Okay, how are we gonna get in?
I do love Erend.
That was... subtle.
Here we are. Try not to break anything. Other than the door.
All of this for one man.
It pays to have connections in the Sun King's court.
The corner of this rug is frayed, and the floor near it is worn. Let's see what's underneath.
Hey, how did that get here?
Question is, how to get through it.
Without a key, you won't. That's a vault hatch of Oseram make. Nothing gets through.
We'll see about that.
Call it a day, girl. You're wasting time.
A lot of metal here. Could be just what I need. It looks big and heavy. Could do a lot of damage if it fell down. Let's give it a little push.
I did say not to break anything, didn't I?
I love the music here.
Serve and they live. Disobey and
I will open their throats and leave their corpses to prune in the sun.
They took his wife and child captive.
They? Who's they?
The killers. They told him to obey or they'd kill his family. Looks like Olin kept a journal.
Olin? I knew he could read contracts, but I never took him for a poet.
No doubt now. Olin knew I was targeted.
Fourth day. I am a traitor now and see no way out. If I start at the beginning, how they turned me, perhaps I can see something I missed? No, there is no escape. What good can writing it do? 10th day. You gave me this folio when you taught me to write. All these years later, it still smells of you, lavender and ash of the forge. All I have left of you. Write me notes, you said when you gave it. Share your thoughts, tear the leaves, send the pages, to show I'm thinking of you. But I never did. Hands too grubby to touch parchment. How I wish I'd done as you said. How I wish I could now. 15th day. The same dream, your hair in the forge light, our son's weight on my shoulders. All of us free. You turn to me and whisper, it is a dream. I answer, yes, I know. And then I wake, alone. Even awake, my life is a dream, a lie. My treachery will not buy your freedom. It only buys time. But every moment you live that he lives, if treachery is the cost, I will pay it. 34th day. Each week the device calls me in secret to a new dig site. We work like men with whips to our back, as though it was left to us to upturn the soil of the entire earth, and time has run low, scrabbling to find the carcasses of ancient demons. It's the weapons they want, must be. What misery am I helping to birth into this land? 38th day. I drink with Erend and Ursa, but not even the sweetest brew can wash the taste of guilt from my mouth. Every day my silence betrays them. The villains watch through the device. I keep expecting Ursa to stick a blade through my throat, but fire and spit she does not suspect me. A better liar than I thought myself, must be. 54th day. Fitful sleep the past 3 nights, thinking on that Nora girl. Why did it order her killed? The device must be. Even so, what threat could she pose? We heard explosions and distant screams from the village. I thought the savages might blame us, turn on us. I almost wished for it. But their matriarchs ordered us gone. We fled to the border with an escort of braves, crossed at Daytower. Now I am called to a dig in the rock wreath. They promise another glimpse of you, of our son. How I hope to see you both.
A map. The glyphs show places he visited. There's your proof. Read the last page. He writes about meeting me and the order to kill me.
He called himself a friend. That backstabbing cheat. How did you learn to read glyphs? And these things that you see, how do you do it?
I like that I have the option to just straight up not even answer the question.
The focus. It reveals the unseen.
And Olin's focus, it's the same?
The device is the same, but somehow Olin and the killers can speak to each other with their focuses over distances, and see through each other's focuses too, like looking through each other's eyes.
So that's how the killers saw you? Through Olin?
Yes, so far as I can tell. Now that I know where to find Olin, I should be on my way.
All by yourself?
Leave it to me. I'm faster on my own.
Wait. If that device lets you see the unseen...
Out of the way, Erend.
I'm asking you to help me, Aloy. I need to know who killed Ursa. Not just the Shadow Karja army, I know that. but the exact soldiers who did it.
I'm sorry about your sister, but that's your war, not mine.
Don't act like this isn't personal. You came here hunting the people who nearly killed you, who massacred your people. Why should you have justice and not me? Look, I'll head for Red Ridge Pass, where Ursa's body was found, and wait for you there. A few minutes of your focus is all I need. Don't make me beg.
Red Ridge Pass, you said. I'll see what I can do.
Hell yeah, we'll be there.
This place smells like nothing I've ever smelled before. Is that some kind of spice?
You're an outlander. Nora, from the look of you. I bet you're in a shipyard, too.
I've hunted my share.
Now, let me give you a word of advice. Don't bother with the Hunter's Lodge. If you're not Carja, you'll never rise in the ranks.
Are you saying that you have to be Carja to join the lodge?
No, they take other tribes. But they have rules in place to keep outlanders from gaining ranks. When Sun King Avad took over, he promised a new day, Meridian open to all. But it's a sham. Sure, you can get a seat at the feast, but you just can't eat the food.
Are you saying that you have to be...
No, sure you can...
I pressed the wrong button.
What's wrong with the hunting lodge exactly?
Nothing, if you like stuck-up bigots. I'm known as a skilled hunter back home in Banur, so I thought I'd try my luck at the lodge. I thought it'd be simple. Hunt machines, gain ranks, see who's best. But it doesn't work like that at all. It's all rigged to keep the Carja at the head of the line. I don't need those snobs to tell me I can hunt. I'm going home.
Sounds like someone needs to shank things up at the lodge.
Maybe. But it isn't gonna be me. If you decide to go, be sure to give them a good old-fashioned Banuk farewell mark in my honor.
A Banuk farewell mark? What's that?
Piss on the floor. Preferably someplace they won't find it until it gets nice and sour.
Charming. I like it.
Ah,
that must be the
you're
spire.
everything I'm not. Strong, brave, active.
I always get fucking lost in this part. I want to go up.
Someone over there.
When did anybody?
the sun faith. Over all the world rises and sets the great sun, as is plainly seen. To all plants, animals, machines, and men it gives life, as is plainly seen. Of all the tribes, none have scaled such heights as the Carja, as guided by the sun. Witnessing these things to be true each day, celebrating these things each day, we believe in the sun and its light gladly and without question. Only the sun's rightful heir, born of the radiant line that dates back to Ahriman the founder, is the speaker for the sun. To him the sun's desires are revealed, and from his lips its desires are acted upon by men. He shall be known as the Sun King, and his word shall be law. In all things we accept the sun's judgment. We offer our bared skin to it so it might burn our sins away. We partake of its renewal, we wear its heat for a time. As our skin bears its flush, its bronzed armor, we are made strong. In the cracking and peeling away of our old selves, we are made new. In the sun's light we shall speak only in truth, we shall strike only in righteousness, and we shall act as we believe the sun so tasks us. When the shadow falls across us, we shall always remember our illumination. We shall not cast blame for ill fortune, we shall endure. In the coldness of the moon, we accept there will be stillness and death and endings, until dawn comes once more. We do this because there are two halves of nature, sun and shadow, and to deny one is to deny the whole of things. As a twilight time came before us, ending the world of the ancients, so shall a twilight time come again, for this is the cycle of things. The buried shadow shall rise up to eclipse the sun's light and usher in great and terrible change. Even knowing this, we are steadfast in our belief, and trust that the sun will again bring a new dawn, as it did for our founders so long ago. Holy Meridian shall forever be the seat of the Carja, the city of the sun, and the spire venerated as the mark of its founding. A Sun King born of the radiant line shall always sit upon its throne, for without a speaker for the sun, its will is clouded. For either of those to be denied is to invite a twilight time upon us. Clearly the Carja are the children of the sun, and preeminent in its gaze, but so too does its light touch upon the barbarian tribes in the north, east, and south. It is the speaker for the sun's duty to interpret if the sun's gaze is directed in approval or reproach. So determined, it is the duty of the Carja to carry out the sun's will, even in places the light does not reach. Yeah, seriously, all these sucks dying like 27 of melanoma.
Ronora, I'm the mournful Naman. My apologies that we meet like this.
Like this?
In brief, you hold yours close, like a talisman. Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparations? Someone you lost to the Sun Ring?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Carja owe me nothing.
I see. Well, I could use the help of a strong-willed outlander. Then I would owe you very much indeed. These people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices, not mouthing Carja rituals to Carja stone. But there are obstacles. While Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
What kind of obstacles?
The first pilgrim is an Oseram, who seeks to visit the Shrine of Kings on the road to the city. He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest who suffer no heathen. This Utaru lost her companion on the edge of the jewel, at a pool where snap moths gather. The shrine was built there to ward off the machines, and its effectiveness leaves much to be desired. And the Manuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb, a call to the machine spirits, I understand. They need no beckoning. Glint hawks perch there, drawn to the spire's shining.
So clear the machines out of 2 shrines and move a priest out of the other.
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories are heard.
Naman, rituals and prayers can't bring back those who are lost.
No. But it can help those who grieve to find themselves. It can lend them strength and hope, like a new sunrise.
I didn't think your priesthood would ask outsiders for help.
If only the sun would set on our pride. Until this is done, I am no sun priest. To wear a red robe was an aspiration. I aspired. Now our hoods make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's priests sang the words and blessed the killing.
The killing? You mean the Red Raids?
Yes. And the sacrifices that came after.
Why did the priests go along with all that bloodshed?
Sometimes we Carja are more concerned with what is tradition than what is right.
Huh. Maybe the Carja and Nora aren't so different. You're disappointed with the Sun Priests, but you still wanted to be one?
I spent my whole life looking up to the temple. My brother's voice echoing in its arches. Even he couldn't turn me away, and how he tried. In the end. He said, when we were loved, our robes were dyed in cinnabar. Now they are stained in blood.
How so?
Our robes are handed down to us. Most of the old priests fled rather than be seen in the glare of a new sun. And so we are left to wear their sins. For me, at least, they hang heavy.
Where is your brother now?
He waits for me on the trail of the sun, I hope. He spoke out against the sacrifices. For a priest to question the Sun King's will, his punishment was worst of all.
You lost someone you loved, too. I'm sorry.
No, not lost. When I took on these robes, I found his memory.
I'll do what I can to help those in mourning.
To honor their memories is to honor us all.
You're not like the others. You wear machine parts, but you hunted them yourself.
How can you tell?
A hunter knows a hunter. My people run with the great metal herds among the northern glaciers. But the glint hawks at Sun's Climb are too strong for me. So I cannot fulfill my vow to paint the story of my people there. How the madness of the machines spread to the Carja, and they sent their soldiers, feet frost blackened, to bring us here in chains. Our shamans, who sing the machine songs, many were taken to their deaths. Their songs go unfinished in Banur. Help me honor them. Help me paint their story. I ask you this. Hunter to hunter.
You look like you've traveled far, Outlander.
From the Great Plains. But not alone. Never alone. This was a city of cages 2 harvests ago. Wooden bars leave marks. I kept those marks. I can still feel the bars.
They took you as a slave, but you escaped.
During the liberation. My friend and I, they'd put us to work in the quarries together. We'd grown alike, so we fled together. But in the smoke, the trees, we ran right into the machines. I kept running. I thought she was just behind me. She is still. Wherever I go, just behind me. And that's why I came back. To finally free us from that moment. But I need your help to do it.
Alright. These are all things I can do. First, I gotta go help a brother with a dead sister problem. But I'm so stoked to help Naman, because he is a dude good. A dude good. He is a dude good. Okay, I've got a little bit of traveling to do.
where it ends. Boats are full of water. Good meat. These will keep.
Die, apostate! Spread out!
Tough, but I'm used to it. them quickly.
Your gift. Text mail from Teresa Sanders. Hi, Sarah. I want to thank you for your gift, but not for the reasons you think. A little recap. I told you that I needed to enlist and fight this fight, that I'd be a coward not to do so. In response, you called me disloyal and shut me out for days. So I do as I said I'd do. If you'll remember, I was the one in this relationship who actually did that and joined up. Did I know I was leaving you behind? Yes. Did I feel bad about it? Yes. Then, 2 days into basic, I get a package from you. I opened it. There's a gift inside. What's the gift? A stuffed armadillo. A stuffed armadillo? Am I kidding? No, not kidding. Attached to said armadillo is a note. What's the note say? Does it actually say, "I'm sorry, hun, armadillin' with some personal issues"? Yes, I regret to inform you that the note does in fact say that. And though that, whatever you would care to call that, begins to explain and justify your behavior. Which is why I want to thank you. Talking to other enlistees, hearing them describe their girls and guys, I started to see us through a rose-colored filter. I was actually starting to wonder if I'd made the wrong choice. For that package and what it contained, what a wallop between the eyes that was. All doubts extinguished. You're an utter idiot, Sarah. A trivial, empty-headed imbecile. Given the choice between fighting killer robots and spending another day with you, hun, that ain't no choice at all. Don't contact me again. Teresa. Oh, just... yeah. You got back just in time for me to get to Erend. My buddy, my pal. Oops.
It's Erend, and he's in trouble.
Sounds good. Especially since I believe that at the end of Erend's quest, we get to meet our boy. crap hurted me bad.
Low and quiet, does it? What are you doing out here all alone? Where are your men?
I'm not gonna risk their lives. I don't mind putting my worthless ass on the line, but not theirs. Sorry I had to drag you into it.
Don't worry. This is just an average day for me. You know, take down some machines, track some killers.
Right. I'd hate to see a busy morning for you. Ready to get started?
Are you sure you're all right?
Well, I'm sober, so no.
Well, I'm glad you're thinking straight at least.
Don't get used to it.
Tell me exactly what happened to Ursa. Start from the beginning.
No one knows for sure. She left in the middle of the night with a few of her best men.
Her best men? But she didn't bring you?
No. I'd been drinking a lot. Or maybe she thought... damn, I don't know. I couldn't hack it. Search parties found their bodies the next day, and the corpses of some Shadow Carja cowards. It was an ambush. The Shadow Carja are animals. They beat her so bad we can't even show her face before burial.
I'm so sorry, Erend.
Yeah, well, when I find the soldiers who did this, they'll be sorry too.
You don't have any idea why she left in the middle of the night?
No. But it must have been urgent. A message, a report of some new Shadow Carja threat, I don't know.
Why would the Shadow Carja do this?
Because they hate us. And Ursa most of all. She teamed up with Avad to kick their asses out of Meridian. They've been licking their wounds for 2 years, but they finally found a way to get back at her.
All right. Show me where Ursa fell, and I'll do what I can to help.
Come on, follow me.
This game has a lot of justified revenge in it, and that's like... it's kind of one of the key components of the game.
Why would Ursa come all the way out here?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Is this Shadow Carja territory?
No. They broke the ceasefire as soon as they set foot in the cleft.
Yeah, if you can make it up late enough to meet our boy, it would be cool if we could get to that tonight.
Almost there. All right, this is it, where the ambush happened. Our soldiers have been over it, but maybe that fancy artifact of yours can find a clue or something. Please. I need to find the bastards that did this.
Shadow Carja scan. It's perfectly sharp. Never seen action. Those bloodstains, not the kind that would pool around a corpse. They look like spears. Arrows scattered there. They look good as new. Never fired. It must be Shadow Karja armor. Strange. Not a scratch on it. These look like drag marks. Did someone move a body through here?
What do you see there?
This stain forms a line, as if blood dripped off the edge of something, like a cart. See? Cart tracks. I think someone moved the bodies here, then scattered them across the field.
Wait. Are you saying the dead found here were killed somewhere else? But why would the Shadow Karja do that?
At this point, I'm not taking it for granted that the Shadow Karja are responsible.
Of course they were.
Well, let's follow these tracks and find out.
I don't know why I am so bad at that.
Stocking up.
I get why they wanted Ursa dead. But why fake an ambush?
There's more to this. And we're gonna figure it out. Dawn breaking. Every time's different.
These guys aren't Shadow Karja. They're from my tribe, the Oseram.
Is this how your people usually greet each other?
Let's take her down.
Oh!
Oh! Ow!
Stay in the vanguard. Oh! No mercy!
Keep going.
Get up.
Keep moving!
Shit.
Okay. You're okay.
This is what you trained for! Watch for an opening, then take them down! Uh-oh. What's that?
I think it's calling in machines. Get ready.
Oh no.
We can flank them! Go!
Oh no. As I could. Oh, it did.
Die, you devil!
Oseram, not Shadow Karja. Looks like I was wrong about everything, as usual.
That one got my hands sweaty.
Use that second sight of yours. I have to know what really happened.
I'm on it. What are those leather straps? Armor straps, cut with a knife, and a rock with blood on it. So much blood. A lot of people died here. A massacre. Those rocks, they're shattered. Something hit these stones. Something I've never seen before. These look like Vanguard weapons. There's no blood on them. Ursa's men didn't fight back. Looks like you could mount some equipment on that thing. There, by the tripod. A used power cell.
This is Ursa's helmet. I thought she died in the field below, but it must have been here. All this trickery. For what? Feels like it's just to torture me.
I have a theory, but it takes a little imagination.
So far, your theories are better than other people's facts.
All right. I think the Oseram ambushed Ursa and her men with a new weapon. They mounted it on that tripod up there. It fires waves of force, maybe sound. Looks like it cracked the stone there. I think it paralyzes people instead of killing them. It dropped the Vanguard right there. No blood on their weapons. No fight.
But why paralyze them if you're only gonna move them and gut them?
They were trying to hide something. Look here, a bloody rock.
That they used to smash Ursa's face in.
Or someone else's. These leather straps have been cut, as if they took the armor off someone.
That can't be. Her body is lying in state in Meridian. I saw it.
You said she was unrecognizable. Maybe they switched another body into her armor, someone around the same size, and mutilated it enough so it could have been anyone, even Ursa. Go back to Meridian. Take another look at that body. If it's really Ursa, of course I'm wrong. But if I'm right...
Then my sister could be alive. I'm going. Meet me back there when you can.
Alright. Looks like we're going back to Meridian. Because of course we are. Of course we'll meet Erend at the Palace of the Sun. Are you kidding me? An invitation to the palace? Why? I thought you'd never ask.
We fought those rebels in
I
Sunfalls
just
with
had
standstill.
so
One
many
of the Sun King
boxes.
finished them for good.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy. It's decent work, keeping the city safe. To the city guard the other day. Amazing.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Am I looking good? Am I looking fancy in my fancy Karja armor? I mean, but that means I look fly as hell, so...
No one goes into the palace without an invitation.
Greetings, Aloy. I am known as Blameless Marad. Please come with me. You're needed for an important consultation.
What do you mean? Where's Erend?
He's inside, attending the Sun King, where we should be without further delay. Follow me, please.
All of these people are here to see the Sun King.
Yes, and each has come to ask a favor of him. Unpleasant, but that's politics. The Sun King is eager to meet you, a machine tamer with a curious eye for detail. It's all very intriguing.
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Too late.
First the Oseram get special treatment, and now outlanders from the savage east. What possible interest could the Sun King have in her?
Passed by
I
some
like his
outlander
flowy
women.
cape.
I've been here for 2 hours, and Miss Nora goes to the front of the line.
Ignore them. Nobles are like children who whine when they don't get a second helping of dessert.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't like. His father. I think you'll find him to be a reasonable man.
Aloy of the Nora. She who sees the unseen. Welcome. It would seem you have done me a great service. Erend, tell her what you found.
I checked Ursa's tomb. You were right, Aloy. The body is missing a scar below her right knee. I gave it to Ursa when we were kids, fighting over a toy sword.
If the body is not Ursa's, then we must assume she is still alive. And I will not abandon her.
We only know she was taken, not who took her.
I can help with that. Ursa has an enemy among the Oseram. A warlord named Dervahl.
Impossible. Every clan in the claim has been hunting for him since the liberation. He has to be dead by now.
No other Oseram have the motive and ingenuity to lure Ursa into this trap. I expect to find him lurking somewhere near the border. I've already sent an agent to investigate. He'll be waiting for word from us at the marketplace in Pitchcliff. I can't move troops to the border without provoking the Oseram. But I could send a few vanguardsmen. And perhaps an exceptionally gifted Nora as well. Erend, Marad, let me discuss it with her privately. I hate to impose further after all you've done, but this is a matter of great importance to me.
It sounds like Ursa means a lot to you.
Without her Oseram vanguard, I would not have been able to liberate Meridian and end my father's brutal reign. Since then, it has been difficult to maintain peace between our tribes. But Ursa has a way of making her people see reason. So you see, I need her back at my side. And quickly.
Who is Dervahl exactly?
To understand Dervahl, you must first understand my father. He truly thought of himself as a sun god. His mind was broken. He believed that blood sacrifice would solve, well, everything. So he raided the other tribes for victims, especially the Oseram. Dervahl fought back. He crafted powerful weapons and rallied his people. My father responded with the ultimate cruelty. He captured Dervahl's wife and daughter and sacrificed them in the Sun Ring.
So, why would Dervahl go to so much trouble to kidnap Ursa?
He felt she betrayed him. She fought by his side until she realized he planned to raise Meridian and butcher its people. And she came to me. Together, we stopped him and liberated the city from my father. Dervahl has spent every moment since trying to get revenge. Mostly on the other Oseram who fought with us. He made so many powerful enemies. I thought we'd seen the last of him. I was wrong.
I'd like to ask you something about the Sundom and its politics.
By all means.
They call you a sun god who killed his own father in order to unite the tribes in harmony. Is any of it true?
They say you can see the invisible, split an arrow at 50 paces, and tame machines at a glance. How much of that is true?
It's not too far off.
Well, I would like to unite the tribes in harmony, but you saw how many courtiers I have to deal with first. Maybe next week.
Quite a place you've got here. You can almost see the little people below the mesa.
You don't approve? Well, I have a secret for you. Neither do I. But we must be patient. Change won't come in a single sunrise.
But will it happen at all, while men live in palaces?
It might. Eventually. If people like you help me bring it about.
Your politics seem very complicated. The Oseram are friends, but enemies too?
I couldn't have liberated Meridian without the help of Ursa and her Oseram freebooters. Many of them have settled here. But the Ealdormen of the Oseram clans in the Claim have become jealous of their success. So have many Carja nobles. It's a volatile situation, especially given the fact that my father raided the Oseram for years. Ursa helps keep the peace, promising a future based on mutual gain. But some, like Dervahl, will never let go of their venom.
What can you tell me about the Shadow Carja? What do they have to do with Ursa?
They are remnants of my father's regime, holding out at the fortress of Sunfall to the west. Like him, they care only for domination, and seek to draw upon the power of the sun by spilling blood in its name. Since Ursa helped me take this city from them, they were perfect scapegoats. Dervahl knew this, of course, and planned it well.
Right. Right. Well, I guess we better go find Ursa.
I need to get going.
I know. Well, they say kings should never beg. But please, help me find Ursa.
Who says that?
Well, Murad, for one. Don't hesitate to ask him or Erend if you have further questions.
I like the implication there. Like, Murad's like, Avad, stop fucking begging people to do shit. And Avad's like, but, it really means a lot to me. And Avad, no, you're the king. God. Okay, well, let's leave off here then. And pick up again soon, hopefully. Depending on when I get back from the city. Yeah, excuse me.
when I get back from the city.